Hello everyone and welcome back to today's session of the chapter differentiation. I am Seth Gaurav Chopra from Jodhpur, Rajasthan, live for you guys. So we were doing differentiation in the previous session and I hope you have revised all those basic concepts, and in today's session we are going to discuss our remaining part. All right, so let us see who all are live with us now. Pooja Patel, Sanjay, Gaurav Bhati, Gunjan, Sonali, Gunshita, Srinidhi, Ishan, Achal, Anand, Shalini, Barkatullah, Divya, Zeba, Chaitanya, Masoom. Then Swaroop is there, Lakshita, Chanchal Soni, Bhumika, Rohini, Rafika, Gareza, Bhargavi, Tejashree, and Sanjana. Okay, welcome on board, everyone. So, today we are starting with our topic, that is higher order derivative. The next topic is higher order derivative. That means whenever we are doing differentiation for the one time, right? That was simply dy by dx. But when we differentiate two times or three times, then it is known as higher order derivative. Higher order derivative. So let us begin with that. Let's say if there is any function y is equal to 5x cube plus 3x square plus 5. Okay, this is the function. And if we have to differentiate, if we have to find out the derivative, then what we write? Dy by dx. Then for 5x cube, the derivative would be 5 multiplied by 3x square, because power reduces by 1, plus 3 as it is. X square becomes 2x. And for 5 is simply a constant, and derivative for constant is always equal to 0. So this is simply dy by dx, which we had discussed in our first session. So what is the result? 15x square plus 6x. This was first order derivative. Now, if we have to find out the second order derivative, then we have to use dy by dx as the base. So for second order, we write d2y by dx square. This 2 indicates that this is second order derivative. So again, we have to find out the derivative, but using this equation. Using this equation. तो जो हमने पहले डेरिवेटिव निकाला था, अभी हमें उसी डेरिवेटिव का वापस से डेरिवेटिव कैलकुलेट करना है, राइट? जो मेन क्वेश्चन था उसका हमने डेरिवेटिव फाइंड किया और अब हम डेरिवेटिव का भी डेरिवेटिव कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं. So for 15x square, it will become 15 multiplied by 2x plus 6. So what will be the final result? It will be 30x plus 0. This is basically second order derivative, that is d2y by dx square. Okay. Now, in case the question says find third order derivative, then we will find d3y by dx cube. This is third order derivative. And for third order, what we have to do? We have to find out the derivative of 30x. It will become 30. All right. So this is the first order, second order, and third order derivative. So in this manner, we can easily calculate. So let us read from here as well. So this higher order derivative, if fx is the function for which we have to calculate the differentiation, then f dash x is the first order derivative. For second order, we use f double dash x. 2 times dash means second order derivative. And in case if we have to find out the derivative of the second, for the third one, then we will use triple dash. So triple dash is used for third order derivative. So let us solve this question also. So we are having fx is equal to x to the power 4 plus 5x cube plus 2x square plus 9. This is the equation. This is the given function. So for first order derivative, what we will do? 4x cube plus 15x square plus 4x. And for 9, since it is a constant, it will turn up into 0. Now, in order to calculate f double dash, so again we will differentiate. It will become 12 x to the power of 2 plus 30 x and then plus 4. This is second order derivative. For third order derivative, what we have to do? 24 x square. So it will become 24x plus 30. This is third order derivative. So if we are calculating derivative for one time, it is first order, two times, second order, three times, then it is order number 3. Okay, I think hope it is clear till now. Okay, so a lot more people are with us now. Yes. Gaurav Bhatt is asking, sir, Hindi medium के लिए classes available नहीं है. Yes, this class is common for both of you guys, Hindi as well as English. That is why I'm using both the languages, Hindi as well as English. So no need to worry. Yes, I think everyone is clear. So Chitrang is asking what is the weightage of the chapter. See, there is no separately weightage given, but on an average, if you see, to around 4 marks question come from this chapter, around 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 marks question comes from differentiation as well as integration. Okay, but it is not at all fixed. It may fluctuate. Okay, so now let's come to the next question, next example. Now this time the given function is y is equal to a e to the power of mx plus b into e to the power of minus mx. This is the equation. And now we have to prove that d2y by dx square is equal to m square y. We have to prove this equation. Now, from the question, we have to determine, we have to judge that we have to calculate second order derivative. This d2y shows that we have to calculate second order derivative. Okay, so what we will do, we will start with first derivative. So let us write the question first. Y is equal to a e to the power of mx plus b e to the power of minus mx. So first step is find first derivative dy by dx. So now a will remain as it is. Then what is the derivative of e to the power of mx? So whenever we talk about ex, it remains as it is. So e to the power of mx remains as it is. But for mx, if we find out the derivative for mx, it becomes m. So we will multiply with m. So a into m into e to the power of mx. Similarly, plus b will remain as it is. E to the power of minus mx and then multiply by minus m. This becomes the derivative. So this is known as dy by dx. So let us arrange them. So it becomes a m e to the power of mx. Minus comes forward, b m e to the power of minus mx. Okay. Now we have to again find out the derivative, that is second order derivative. So d2y by dx square. Now this time what will happen? Am will remain as it is. Now again e to the power of mx, it will be m multiplied by e to the power of mx minus bm will remain as it is, minus m multiplied by e to the power of minus mx. Now let's see what is common in both of them. M square is common, and now we are left with A, e to the power of mx plus b, e to the power of minus mx. So we are left with this thing. Now, if we see this carefully, this is nothing but the given question only. This is exactly equal to the given question, and that is equal to y. The given equation is equal to y. So instead of this, we can write y. So d2y by dx square is equal to m square y. So this is the value of second order derivative. So this was the requirement of question, and we have calculated the second order derivative. Okay, there is one doubt from Harnoor, and this doubt might be for some of the students also. She is asking, e to the power of mx is there, so will the power will reduce by 1 or not? So Harnoor want to ask why we are not reducing the power. So here we have to see that the formula is for e to the power of m. If we calculate d by dx of e to the power of x, it is always e to the power of x. And if we calculate the derivative of x to the power of n, then the formula is n multiplied by x to the power of n minus 1. So there is a difference in both the formulas. First formula is for exponent e, and second is for the variable x. So both of them are having different formulas. In the first formula, we do not subtract 1 from the power, but in the second formula, we subtract 1 from the power. So these two are the different formulas. Okay. Then Manoj Mato says, I am science student and I know all these things. Can I attend this class? Of course you can attend, no worries. And also you will find some of the things as different also, because now we will be moving towards application of derivative, and application of derivative includes some portion of economics as well. So this will be useful. Lakshita says, understood, sir. Okay, then Avinash says, now getting this chapter very easy. That's great. All right. So what we had done, we had differentiated for the 2 times, and after that we got the result. Now the next concept, that is geometric interpretation of this derivative. See, whenever we talk about one variable with respect to another variable, एक variable में कितना change हो रहा है with respect to the second variable. So we normally write it as change in y upon change in x. So in general, we write this as simply dy by dx. So this change is basically known as the slope or the gradient of the curve. Let us read from this paragraph. The derivative of any function fx at a point x represents the slope. The derivative of the function is representing the slope. Slope means the angle किस तरह से वो line झुकी हुई है, उसका ढलान कितना है, that is the slope. Or sometimes it is also known as the gradient of the curve. So whenever question is talking about gradient or slope, it means the same thing, and we have to calculate dy by dx. Okay, so whenever the question is talking about find slope, find gradient, we have to use dy by dx. So for example, we try this question. The question says, find the gradient of the curve at the point 1, 2. So whenever gradient is there, first step is find dy by dx. That is the first order derivative. So let us calculate dy by dx. So y says 3x square minus 5x plus 4. So for 3x square, we will write 6x. For minus 5x, it will be minus 5. So 6x minus 5 is the derivative. This is the first step. Now, we have to calculate the gradient at a particular point. And what is that point? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1 denotes the value of x and 2 denotes here the value of y. So we have to input the values of x and y. But see, we are not having y in the equation. We are having only x. So dy by dx is equal to 6 into 1 minus 5. So what is the result? The result is 1. So the gradient of the given curve is equal to 1. Okay. All right. So whenever we have to find out the slope or gradient of the curve, that means first of all we will calculate dy by dx. And after that we will input the given points. And after inputting we will get our result. Okay. Adish is asking again same question. I think repeated many times. The weightage of the chapter is normally 3 to 5 marks, but it is not at all fixed. Okay, so most of you are giving the answer. That is correct. So gradient means the slope, that is the rate of change in one variable with respect to another. All right. So now comes the application of differential calculus, where we are going to use the differentiation. So basically differentiation help us to find out the average rate of change in dependent variable. We can find the rate of change in which variable? The dependent variable with respect to the change in independent variable. So if we change the value of x, then y also changes, and we can calculate the rate of change in y with respect to x. So various scientific formulas and results are there for this. So first of all, we can start with the cost function. Yes. So here you can recall your economics topic, that is the cost chapter. Okay. So what is your cost chapter basically? Whenever we are talking about cost, so cost is having two main portions. One is fixed cost and second one is known as variable cost. So these two are the portion. So whenever we are talking about, let's say, electricity bill, this is the most common example. This is the most common example of having both the things, fixed as well as variable, because the bill is having some fixed charges and other charges is the variable cost. So like in a particular month, if we haven't used any single unit, if our consumption of electricity of the electric units is 0, then also fixed charges will be levied. Let's say there are 200 rupees is the fixed charges and variable cost is rupees 5 per unit. So if our consumption is 0 also, then we have to pay the fixed charges, that is 200 rupees. But if our consumption of electricity is 100 units, then the fixed is 200, variable will become 5 into 100, that is 500, and total of the bill will be 700. So these are the two portions of cost. One is fixed and second one is variable. So fixed cost does not vary with output. It does not vary with production, whereas variable cost varies with output, or we can say production. It always changes with respect to production. So let us write the equation. Cx, that is cost, is equal to Vx plus Fx, variable cost plus fixed cost. Then if we want to calculate the average cost, what is the average cost? So average cost is equal to total cost divided by number of units, that is output. And we can denote the output with, let's say, X. So total cost divided by number of units. That is the output. Okay. Then average variable cost. What is average variable cost? It is simply the total variable cost divided by number of units. That is X. And for average fixed cost, we can write total fixed cost divided by number of units. So whenever we have to calculate the AC average cost, it is CX, cost at X units divided by X units. Variable cost, so variable cost at X units divided by X number of units, and same is for fixed cost at X divided by X units. So in this manner, we can easily calculate the average. Okay. Then now, if we have to calculate the marginal cost from the given cost function, if we are given an equation for cost and we have to calculate the marginal cost, then what we have to do? So marginal means change. What is the meaning of the term marginal? It means change in output or change in cost. Here we are talking about cost. So change in cost with respect to 1 unit change in output. So cost is basically the dependent variable and output is independent variable. So that is why in order to calculate the marginal cost, whenever the question is asking to calculate the marginal cost, what we have to do? We have to find out the derivative of cost with respect to X, that is output. Okay, so that is why for marginal cost, we have to differentiate dC by dx, because marginal is also rate of change in cost with respect to output. So let us take one practical question based on this. Example 1 says the total cost function of a firm is CX. CX means cost at X units. 1 by 3 x cube minus 5x square plus 28x plus 10. This is given. And where C is the total cost and X is the total, X is the output. This is given. Now the question is adding some more details. A tax at the rate of ₹2 per unit of output is imposed. This is the rate of tax. And the producer adds it to his cost. And now he is adding to his cost. If the market demand function is given by where ₹P is the price per unit of output, then find out the profit maximizing output and price for maximum profit. So these are also required. But what is the first step? So in order to calculate the first thing, what we will do, let's see. Here, the question is talking about profit. And whenever we have to calculate the profit, how profit comes? It is revenue minus cost. Profit is equal to sales minus cost, or we say revenue minus cost. So what is the revenue? Here we have to judge that first, and accordingly we can calculate the profit. All right. So let us do that first. Now, in order to calculate the revenue, how it comes? Number of units sold multiply by price per unit multiply by price per unit. This is given. So now what we have to do, we have to find out the revenue. So let us denote revenue by Rx. Now what are the number of units? What are the number of units? So we can see that it is 2530 minus 5x. And what is the price per unit? Let us take the number of units as x and price is 2530 minus 5x. So this is the revenue, and this will be given in the question. So after simplifying, what we are getting, 2530x minus 5x square. This is basically the revenue. Now we have to calculate the profit. For calculation of profit, what we have to do, revenue minus cost. So let us subtract, this is revenue, and then we have to subtract cost from this. So minus the cost. What is the given cost? 1 by 3 x cube minus 5x square plus 30x plus 10. Okay, this is given. So we have to calculate the profit, and profit is equal to revenue minus cost. So let us subtract these two, and after subtracting, we will get the result. So what is the result? 1 by 3 x cube, then 5x square will get cancelled. Then what is left? 2500x and then minus 10. This is basically the profit denoted by px. Denoted by px. Okay. All right, till here. After that, now the question is asking us to calculate some more thing. So what we have to calculate? Let's see. The question is talking about P is the price, find the profit maximizing output and price for the maximum profit. These two we have to calculate. So we have to calculate the profit. So here we will calculate the derivative of profit. So what is the derivative? So let us compute the derivative. Minus 1 by 3 x cube. So it will become minus 3 multiplied by 3x square plus 2500. 3 will get cancelled and we are getting minus x square plus 2500. And we have to equate this with 0. So x square is equal to 2500. So what will be the value of x? That is plus minus 50. But can we take negative 50 as the value of x? No, because output can never be negative. Output cannot be negative. So that is why we will select plus 50. So our output will be 50. Output is equal to 50. Now, what is the next step? Next step is to calculate the double derivative. We have to calculate the double derivative of profit. So what was left after doing the derivative? We were left with minus x square plus 2500. So if we find out the derivative of this, we will get minus 2x. Minus 2x. And what is the value of x? The value of x is 50. We have just found out. So this is minus 100. This is minus 100. Now, since this given value is less than 0, this given value is less than 0, this denotes that 50 is having the maximum profit. At 50 units of output, the profit will be maximum. So profit maximizing output will be equal to 50. So now how much is the profit? So we have to input the value of x in the profit function. So profit is equal to 2530 minus 5x. Now in place of x, we can substitute 50 and we are getting the result as 2280. 2280. All right. So in this question, some information was missing, and you have to write that information. That is, the given price is equal to 2530 minus 5x. You can write this information. Okay. So overall, let us just redo this question once quickly. The first thing given in the question was the cost function. Secondly, the question has also given us the price, and we have taken the number of units as x. Now, in order to calculate the profit, we have to apply the formula, that is revenue minus cost. Revenue minus cost. Now, what is the revenue? Price multiplied by number of units. So we have taken number of units as x, and price is given 2530 minus 5x. After that, we can subtract revenue function with the cost function. After subtracting, we are getting profit. Now, whenever we are getting the profit, we can find out the derivative and equate with 0, so that we can get the maximum value of output. So the maximum output was 50 as per our calculation. Now we can check this with double derivative. If the value of double derivative is less than 0, that means it is correct. Our profit, our output is maximum. That means it will give maximum profit at 50 units. Now we can input the value of 50 in the given profit function, and we can calculate the profit. So we have input the value of x as 50 and calculated the profit as 2280. Okay. So after this, let us try example number second. So here we have to calculate, let's see, marginal cost and average cost. So Cx is the cost function, 100x minus 8x square plus x cube upon 3. This is given, where x denotes the output, and find the level of output. We have to calculate the level of output at which the marginal cost is minimum and average cost is minimum. So whenever we are talking about the marginal cost, so how to calculate the marginal cost? Just differentiate the cost function. So Cx was given 100x minus 8x square plus x cube upon 3. This is the cost function. Now, for calculation of marginal cost, we will find the derivative with respect to x. So it becomes 100 minus 16x plus 3x square upon 3. 3 will get cancelled. So what is left? 100 minus 16x plus x square. This is the marginal cost denoted by M. Okay, the marginal cost we have calculated. Now it's time to calculate average cost. Now, how to calculate the average cost? Total cost divided by number of units. So average cost equal to total cost divided by number of units. So what is the total cost? Total cost is 100x minus 8x square plus x cube by 3. And now we can divide it with x. So what we are getting? 100 minus 8x plus x square by 3. This is average cost. Now, Now we have to calculate the maximum and minimum value of this marginal cost. So now in order to calculate this value, we have to double differentiate. We have to find out the double derivative. So let us calculate the double derivative. So this is m double dash x. So let us write here m dash x. Now, whenever we calculate the derivative, it becomes minus 16 plus 2x. And now we can equate it with 0. We can find out the value of x as 8. The value of x comes out as 8. Now, what will happen? Now we can check whether it is correct or not. So for that, we can find out the double derivative of marginal cost. So what is the double derivative? It is 2. And this 2 is more than 0. So whenever we are talking about the cost, it should be more than 0. Whenever we are talking about the profit or revenue, it should be less than 0. Okay. In terms of derivative, we are talking about. So it is more than 0. More than 0, that means marginal cost is minimum at x equal to 8. The marginal cost will be minimum at x equal to 8. And secondly, we have to calculate average cost. Which one? Average cost is minimum. Where average cost is minimum. So here also we can calculate a dash x first. A dash x. So a dash x is minus 8 plus 2x upon 3. This is a dash x. Now from this we can equate with 0 and calculate the result. So x is equal to 12. So from here we have calculated x as 12. Now we will find out the double derivative. So now double derivative of this is equal to how much? It is 2 by 3. And since 2 by 3 is more than 0, that means the cost is minimum at x equal to 12. The average cost is minimum at x equal. Okay. So always we have to follow these simple steps. What is the first step? First step was to calculate the average cost. So we have calculated average cost as total cost divided by number of units. Then we have to see that where it is minimum. So we have calculated first derivative, equate with 0 and find out the value of x. Then we have to see whether it is minimum or not, then find out the double derivative. So we calculated double derivative and then equated with, and then see that it is more than 0 or not. If it is more than 0, that means our cost is minimum at that point. All right. And whenever we are doing double derivative or triple derivative, that means we are reducing the value of variable, and so that only the constant will remain at that point of time. So only constant is there. That means we cannot put any value of x, and that positive or negative value will show us that it is minimum or maximum. Okay. So only we have to differentiate till double derivative. So first derivative, then second derivative, and then done. Now, if we have to calculate, let's say, revenue function is given, and we have to find out the marginal revenue. So again, the same thing applies. For marginal, we have to differentiate. So if revenue function is denoted by by Rx, and in order to calculate the marginal revenue, we have to calculate the derivative. So dr by dx, dr by dx. And if we have to calculate the profit, then profit is equal to revenue minus cost. Profit is equal to revenue minus cost. And if we have to calculate the marginal profit, that means we have to differentiate. So we will differentiate profit with respect to x. Okay, so whenever marginal we have to calculate, just differentiate the function and we will get the marginal value. All right. So let us try with example number 3. A computer software company wishes to start the production of floppy disk. And it was observed that the company had to spend 2 lakhs for the technical information. So this company had to spend 2 lakh. Now the cost of setting up the machine is rupees 88,000. This is machine cost. Cost of producing each unit, that is the variable cost, rupees 30. While each floppy could be sold at 45, this is the selling price. Then find what we have to find: the total cost function for producing X floppies. So if we have to calculate, the X, the total cost for X floppies, then what we have to do? And then the second is break-even point. Then what we have to do? So we have to see the two things: the total cost and then the break-even point. So let's see what is the total cost given here. So one thing was company requires technical information for 2 lakh and machine 88,000. So these two are fixed, whether we produce less units or more units, but these are required. So these two are the part of fixed cost. The first thing is fixed cost. So it become 2 lakh plus 88,000. So it become 2 lakh 88,000. 2 lakh 88,000 is the fixed cost. Then we have to see the overall cost. So for that we require variable cost. So if 30 rupees is the cost for 1 unit, then how much is the cost for X units? So it becomes 30x. Variable cost is 30x. Then what about the total cost? The total cost is equal to variable plus fixed cost. What is variable cost? It is 30x. What is fixed cost? 2,88,000. So 30x plus 2,88,000. This is the cost function. Then fourth is revenue function. We can sell one floppy at 45 rupees. If we are selling X units, then the total revenue will be 45x. This is the total profit. All right. Now the question told us to calculate the total cost. So we computed in C portion, that was the total cost. And B part says the break-even point. Now, what is the meaning of the term break-even? Break-even always means what? When there is no profit, no loss. Such situation, when there is no profit, no loss, that is known as break-even point. So we can write here break-even point. It means no profit, no loss. In other words, we can say that revenue becomes equal to cost when both are equal, when revenue is equal to cost. That is known as break-even point. So what is revenue? It is 45x. What is cost? It is 30x plus 2,88,000. Now we can solve this and get the result. So 15x is equal to 2,88,000. And what is the value of x? It is simply 19,200. So this is the break-even point. 19,200 is the break-even point. If you produce less than break-even point, it is always a loss. Less than break-even point, then it is loss. If we produce more than the break-even point, then it is profit. All right. So this was example number 4. Third. Next, we can calculate example number 4. A company decided to set up a small production plant for manufacturing electronic clocks. So the company is producing a plant and the total cost for setup, that is fixed cost, is rupees 9 lakh, and additional cost for producing each clock is rupees 300. This is the variable cost. Then each clock is sold at rupees 750. This is the selling price. Now during first month, 1500 clocks are produced and sold. This is the number of units. Now what profit or loss the company incurs during the first month? So we have to find out the profit or loss when all the 1500 clocks are sold. And second is to determine the break-even point. So these two we have to calculate. Okay. So let us see. First of all, we can write the cost function. What is the overall cost? So cost function is the total of fixed and variable cost. So what is the fixed cost? Fixed cost is 9 lakhs. Let us write this 9 lakhs plus what is the variable cost? It is 300 per unit. So we can write 300x. This is the cost function. Now, what we have to do? We have to calculate the profit or loss of the company in the first month if 1500 units are produced. So we have to also calculate the revenue function. So we can sell one clock at 750. So revenue function will be 750x. Then profit function. Profit will be revenue minus cost. So what is revenue? 750x minus the cost is 9 lakh plus 300x. Now we can subtract and get the result. So 450x minus 9 lakh. This becomes the profit function. Now, how much profit or loss will the company incur in first month? So we can input the value of x. So x will be 1500. So 450 into 1500 is how much? Let's calculate. It will be around 6,75,000 minus 9 lakh. So we are getting a negative figure. That means there will be a loss of rupees 2,25,000. So the company is having a loss in its first month, that is of rupees 2,25,000. This was the first question. So Sehajpreet Kaur has given the answer. Hanur says, is there any shortcut for MCQ? See, all these are application-based questions, but in most of the cases, these lengthy questions doesn't come. Only short questions come in examination. Okay, but these questions were discussed here. That is why we are discussing. Otherwise, only a shorter part of the question will come, not such complete lengthy questions. Okay. Now, secondly, we have to calculate the break-even point here again. So break-even means no profit, no loss, or we can say revenue is equal to cost. So how much is the revenue? Revenue is 750x. What is cost? Cost is 9 lakh plus 300x. Now we can equate them and get the result. So 450x is equal to 9x. X is equal to 2000. That means we have to at least produce and sell 2000 units. If we do less than 2000, then there will be a loss. And if we do more than 2000, then we will be in profit. Okay. Harnur is asking, is value of X given in the question? Yes. The question has already given that in the first month, the company is manufacturing 1500 units. So that is why we have inserted 1500 and calculated the value. Okay. So here the result is 2000. Now B part of the question. B part says total cost of producing 20 items of commodity is rupees 205. So what is given in the question? Total cost of 20 item is 205. Why total cost for 10 items is 135. Assuming that cost function is linear, it follows a linear pattern. Then find the cost function and marginal cost function. So both we have to calculate the cost function as well as the marginal cost function. So here, simply what we can do, we can assume the cost function as ax plus b. Since some values are fixed and some are variable, so variable is always getting multiplied with x and fixed always remain constant. Now, if we input the values, when output is 20, so we can write 20x, then b is always a constant, that is fixed cost. So when the output is 20, the total cost is 205. And when the output is 10, or we can insert the value of x, when the output is 10, then the total cost is 135. Now we can subtract and get the result. We are getting 10a is equal to how much? 70. So a is equal to 7. Value of a is equal to 7. And now we can compute the value of b as well. So let us input this in equation number 2. So 135 is equal to 10 into 7 plus b. So how much we are getting? 135 minus 70. So b is equal to 65. So we have calculated a as well as b. So what is the cost function? Cx is equal to ax, that is 7x plus 65. This is the cost function. And if we have to calculate the marginal cost from this, we can differentiate and see the marginal cost. So if we differentiate, what is the marginal cost? It comes out as 7. So 7 becomes the marginal cost. All right. Divya Kumari says all question understood today. That's great. Shalini says B65. Yes. Lakshita has also given the answer. Okay. Now, let us start with some of the questions from back. Okay, before starting the questions from back, we can take a small break of 5 minutes, and after that, we will continue with the back questions. All right. So let's have a 5 minutes break. Okay. Okay. So welcome back. And before moving to the exercise, we have to do one more variety. So let us do that first. And after that, we will move towards the exercise. And that's variety is here. Yes. Using logarithm. Now, this is one question. E to the power of x is equal to e to the power of x minus y. And we have to find out the value of dy by dx. Now see, this time we are having x to the power of y is equal to e to the power of x minus y. So now this time this is not a normal question. This is a bit different. Normally what happens was in left hand side it was y or fx, but this time it is x to the power of y. One variable is having another variable on its power. X is also variable, y is also variable, and we are having x to the power of y. So whenever such thing happens, we have to always do one thing, that is take logarithm on both the sides. So taking log both sides. So we have to take logarithm on both the sides. Now what will happen? We can apply the property of logarithm. You might have read in that chapter. So y will come forward and it will become log of x. Similarly, x minus y will jump forward and it will become log of e. Now by default, the base of the logarithm is also e. Base is always e. So log e to the base e is how much? It is always equal to 1. So we can write that y log of x is equal to x minus y, because log e base e is always equal to 1. Now we can start differentiation. If we see the left hand side, so left hand side we are having two variables, that is y, and second function is log x. So two function, first function is y and second function is log of x. So whenever two functions are there, we have to use UV rule, that is the product rule. So first function y remains as it is. Derivative of second one for log x, it is 1 by x plus. Now log x will remain as it is, and for y it will become dy by dx. On right hand side, derivative of x is equal to 1, and for y we can write dy by dx. Now in order to calculate the value of dy by dx, we can bring together all dy by dx on one side. So we are having log x and dy by dx. One dy by dx we are bringing from the right hand side. It is only dy by dx is equal to 1 minus y upon x. So we can take dy by dx as common. So what is left? Log of x plus 1 dy by dx is equal to, we are having, we can take the LCM. So it is x minus y upon x. So what is the final result? Dy by dx is equal to x minus y upon x and 1 plus log of x. 1 plus log of x. So this is the value of dy by dx. Now, if we have to bring it into another form, then we can substitute some of the values. We can substitute x minus y is equal to log of x. From here, we can see that y log x is equal to x minus y. Here also we have written y log x is equal to x minus y. So if we want, we can write this as well, y log of x and then divided by x, 1 plus log x. And even we are also having the value of 1 plus log x or we can say dy by dx. So we can put here. Here we can see that dy by dx is equal to y log x and then x1 plus log x. This we have calculated now, dy by dx. Now we have to simply calculate the value in simplified manner. So in simplified manner, what can be done? We can use both the equations, first as well as second. So the first equation was y 1 plus log x is equal to x. So if we divide it, it will become y upon x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus log of x. So value of y by x becomes 1 upon 1 plus log x. And here we can substitute. This is y and this is x. So in this place, we can substitute the value. So it will become dy by dx is equal to log x divided by 1 plus log x whole square. So this is a bit of lengthy question. Normally it doesn't come, but yes, sometimes it may come. All right. So Rajesh is giving the answer. Then Divya is asking about the page number. The page number is 8.11. 8.11 from the study material. Divya says, I have done all the questions. That's great. Sarthak says it is now very easy after you taught us. Okay, great. So all this we have done. This is dy by dx. So we computed this as well. Now let us move towards the exercise question. So question number first, we can start with find the gradient of the curve. So as we discussed, whenever we have to calculate the gradient, first step is to find dy by dx. We can find dy by dx. So let us remove all this. Yes. So question number one, the gradient of the curve at x equal to 0 we have to calculate. So let us do dy by dx is equal to 2x cube will become 6x square minus 6x minus 12. This is the first step, dy by dx. We have to find the value at 0. So if we input 0 in place of x, what will be the result? It will be minus 12. So minus 12 is simply the gradient. So whenever we have to calculate the gradient, the always first step is to calculate the derivative and then input the value of x. Okay. So this was question number 1. So we can select the option A. Now you can try the question number 2. The gradient of the curve at x equal to 0. Now you can calculate and let me know the answer. Come on. So Divya Kumari has given the answer minus 12, Lakshita and Nitil Soni. Nitil, you have given positive 12, but the answer will be negative 12. Okay. Yes, so I'm waiting for the result for second question. You have to solve the second one. Lakshmi says, I have completed all the sums except 2. Okay, that's great, Lakshmi. So for the second one, come on, you guys, you can answer. Lakshita is given -3. Divya is giving +3. Shalini -3. Barkat -3. Most of you have given -3. Lisa, Meenakshi, Sarthak, Shalini, Sakshi, and Harnoor, all -3. Nikhil says none of these. So let us see. Whenever we are doing differentiation, so we are getting the result here as 6x squared minus 10x minus 3. And we have to find it x equal to 0. So dy by dx becomes 6 into 0 square minus 10 into 0 minus 3. So the final result is -3. Option number B. Option number B. Now you can try the next question. Kushi says you teaches very easily and I completely understood. That's great, Kushi. Okay. Bibika has also given the answer. Sanjana, Zeba, Zia, Chahil. Great. Now let us do seventh question. Yes. Now we have to try the seventh one. Seventh is a bit different question. It says the gradient of the curve y minus xy plus 2px plus 3qy is equal to 0 at point 3 comma 2 is minus 2 by 3. So this time the gradient at a point is given. So we are already having the value of gradient. Now we have to calculate the value of P and Q. We have to find the value of P and Q. So let us try to solve this question. Y minus xy plus 2px plus 3qy is equal to 0. The given point is 3 comma 2 and gradient, that is dy by dx, is negative 2 by 3. This is given. So if we input the value 3 comma 2 in place of x and y, then see what will happen, because this is the point. 3 means 3 is the value of x and 2 is the value of y. So 2 minus 3 into 2 plus 2p multiplied by 3 plus 3q multiplied by 2 is equal to 0. So what is left? 2 minus 6 plus 6p plus 6q equal to 0. So the equation is 6p plus 6q, or we can take 6 as common. 6p plus q is equal to 4. So we can cancel them. So it will be p plus q is equal to 2 by 3. This is the first equation. So if we input the value of x and y, we are getting p plus q is equal to 2 by 3. Next, we are given the gradient. So we can differentiate and get the result. So let us start with the differentiation also. So since gradient is dy by dx, then xy, they are having multiplication. We can apply the product rule. X remains as it is, and for y it will be dy by dx plus y as it is, and for x it becomes 1 plus 2px, it becomes 2p, 3qy, it becomes 3q dy by dx and then equal to 0. Now, in place of dy by dx, we can input the value minus 2 by 3 because this is the given gradient. So, minus will get
Recording
cancelled
in
here.
progress.
So, it is minus 2 plus 2. They will also get cancelled. Then we are left with 2p. Then 3 is getting cancelled. We are getting minus 2q is equal to 0. So here we can take common 2. P minus q is equal to 2 by 3. 2 is getting cancelled. So value of P minus q is equal to 1 by 3. P minus q is 1 by 3. This is the equation. Now we can solve both the equation. So P plus q is 2 by 3. P minus q is 1 by 3. We can add them. So 2p is equal to 1. So value of p become half. P is half. And what about q? It will be 2 by 3 minus half. So how much it become? 1 by 6. So 1 by 2 and then 1 by 6. Option number D we can select. This was question number 7. Okay. So you can write down carefully and let me know in case of any doubt. Zeva Mukhtar says, because of your teaching style, it is very easy to understand. That's great. So in this question overall, what we have done is the main equation was given. Point was also given. Point means the value of x and y. So we inserted the value of x and y and got the equation between P and Q, the first equation. After that, the gradient is given. So gradient is given, that is why we calculated derivative, and after derivative, we input the value. So we have inputted the value of dy by dx, x as well as y. After inputting, we are again getting the second equation, and we have solved the first and second equation. After adding, we got the result as P half and Q as 1 by 6. Okay. So this was question number 7. So similar kind of question is 8th and 9th. 8 says y square is equal to ux cube plus v, and this passes through one point, that is 2 comma 3. So value of x is 2 and value of y is 3, and dy by dx is equal to 4. So gradient is also given, and we simply have to calculate the value of u and v. So in the same way, you can try question number 8 and you will get the answer. All right. 9th is also exactly the same. So 7th, 8th, and 9th, all these three are same. You can try them in similar manner and get the result. Then let us try question number 10th. So we can remove earlier calculations from here. So question number 10. 10 says xy is equal to 1. Then we have to find out the value of y square plus dy by dx. This we have to calculate. So xy is equal to 1. First of all, dy by dx is there, so we can differentiate them using product rule. X remains as it is, y become dy by dx, plus y remains as it is, derivative of x is 1, is equal to. Now derivative of 1 is, because it is constant, so it will be 0. So 0 is there. Now what we are having? We are having the value of x, then dy by dx is equal to minus y, or we can say dy by dx is equal to minus y by x. This is given. Now what we have to do? We have to calculate the value. So what one thing can be done? This is simply dy by dx, that is the given derivative. So if we add the value, if we have to calculate y square plus dy by dx. What is dy by dx? Minus y upon x. And then we can get the result. Okay. Then similarly, we can try some more questions. Okay, let us try the 13th one. Let us try the 13th. X square by a square minus y square upon a square is equal to 1. And we have to calculate dy by dx. So what we can do? We can take 1 by a square as common. Now what is the derivative of x square? It is 2x minus, for y square it is 2y dy by dx. This is the derivative and it is equal to 0. Now a square will go on right hand side and will become 0. So we are left with minus 2y dy by dx is equal to minus 2x. So what is dy by dx? It is minus 2x upon minus 2y. So minus 2 and minus 2 will get cancelled. Final result is x upon y. This is simply x divided by y. So this was question number 13. Then let me take some more questions of different variety. Second, you can try. For the curve x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2hy is equal to 0, then the value of dy by dx at 0, 0 is. The first step is to find dy by dx and then 0, comma 0. So let us try. What is the derivative? It is 2x plus 2y dy by dx plus 2g plus 2h is equal to 0. And with 2h, we can also write dy by dx because it is y, and then equal to 0. So 2 is common in all of them. We can cancel 2 from all. So 2 is getting cancelled. Then x, then y plus h. These two are common. Dy by dx, and we can send x on other side as well as g also on other side. So how much is left? And also we can input the value of x and y. So x is 0, y is also 0. Both of them are 0. So finally, dy by dx is equal to minus g upon h. That is option number A. Does become option number A. All right. Then let's try the next one. 25. I'm trying to cover the maximum variety. So 25 is equal to x is equal to t plus t to the power of minus 1. And y is also given y equal to t minus t to the power of minus 1. Now, if we calculate the derivative, dx by dt, how much it will come? Derivative of t is equal to 1, and for t to the power of minus 1, so minus 1 will jump forward and it will become t to the power of minus 2. Okay. Similarly, dy by dt we can calculate. T will become 1 and minus minus will become plus t to the power of minus 2. That is dy by dt. Now the question is asking to calculate dy by dx. So what we can do, dy by dt upon dx by dt. How much? It is 1 plus t to the power of minus 2, 1 minus t to the power of minus 2. And now the question has given the value of t as 2. The value of t is 2. So let us input 1 plus 2 to the power of minus 2 divided by 1 minus 2 to the power of minus 2. Now we can calculate and let's see how much it is coming. So 1 plus 1 by 4 and 1 minus 1 by 4. So 5 by 4 upon 3 by 4. Final result will be 5 upon 3. So 5 upon 3 becomes the final result. Okay. Option number C. So Bhumika has given the answer, Jia, Sehajpreet, everyone has given the answer. Barkat says, can we skip the chapter C? If you are having difficulty learning and applying the formulas, then you may skip the difficult one. But yes, those easy questions you must try. Because in exam, some of the questions are easy as well. So at least you can solve the easy questions. Then let's try the next one, 26. 26 you can do and let me know the answer. You guys can try question number 26 and let me know the answer. I'm waiting. Zava is asking, if question says dy by dx, then in that place of y, dy by dx will be written. So derivative of y is always dy by dx. So that is why we are writing dy by dx. If it is y square, then derivative of y square is 2y and then dy by dx. Okay. So Divya is giving the answer C, Gunjan Devi C, then okay, Divya is giving C for 25, yes, and option number A for question number 26. So for 26, the correct answer is A option. Right. Then somebody has asked question number 23 also, Sehajpreet. Okay, let's do 23. So 23 says y is equal to e to the power of 3x minus e to the power of 2x divided by e to the power of 3x plus e to the power of 2x. This is the given question. And then we have to find out dy by dx. So let us begin. For y, we can write dy by dx. Now, since there are two functions, one in numerator and second one is in denominator, so we have to apply the quotient rule. So, derivative of for numerator we have to do, and denominator will remain as it is. So, e to the power of 3x plus e to the power of 2x. This is the denominator, and we are writing it as it is. Multiply by derivative of numerator. Now, e to the power of 3x and multiply by 3 minus e to the power of 2x multiply by 2. This is the first portion. Minus. This time numerator will remain as it is, e to the power of 3x minus e to the power of 2x, and then we will differentiate denominator. So that will be e to the power of 3x multiplied by 3 plus e to the power of 2x multiplied with 2, and then whole divided by e to the power of 3x plus e to the power of 2x whole square. It will
Recording in
become
progress.
3 as it is, e to the power of 3x and 3x having same base, then the power will get add. So it become e to the power of 6x. Then multiply with 2, so it become minus e to the power of 5x. Then multiply to the power of 2x, it becomes plus 3 e to the power of 5x, and then minus 2 e to the power of 4x. The first portion. Now comes the second portion. Second portion we are having e to the power of 3x multiply by again e to the power of 3x. It is 3 e to the power of 6x. Then 2 e to the power of 5x minus 3 e to the power of 5x minus 2 e to the power of 4x, and then whole divided by e to the power of 3x plus 2x and then whole square. Okay. Now let's see what are the cancellations. 3x 6 to power of x, this and this is common. We can cancel them. Then minus, and this is also plus, we can cancel them. 3 and this is also 3 to power of 5x cancelled. But here some figures are positive. These cannot be cancelled. Yes, so we have cancelled the first value. First positive and then it was negative. Second one, here it is also negative because after bracket gets opened, it becomes negative. So it becomes negative, it will become positive, and it becomes positive. So can we cancel 2? No, 2 will not get cancelled. This 3 will get cancelled. So we can cancel this 3. And then the fourth one, it is negative and negative, it will also get cancelled. So we are left with minus 2 e to the power of 5x upon e to the power of 3x plus e to the power of 2x whole square. Now we can check which option we are getting. So A, B, and C are not matching. So correct answer is option number D. Yes, Bhumika has given the answer, option number D. D is perfect. Then let's try question number 34 also. X is equal to 80 square, y is equal to 280. Then find dy by dx at x equal to at t equal to 2. So first step is find dx by dt. How much? 280. Second step is calculate dy by dt. It is how much? 2a. Now for dy by dx, we can divide them. 2a upon 2at. Result is 1 by t. And what is the value of t? It is 2. So positive 1 by 2. Option number A. All right. Then someone is asking about question number 36. Let's try 36 also. 36 is fx is equal to x square minus 6x plus 8. And we have to find out f dash 5 minus f dash 8. So first step is to calculate f dash x. That is the first derivative. So it is how much? 2x minus 6. 8 will become 0. Now we can input the value of x as 5. So what will happen? 2 into 5 minus 6, that is 4. And what is f dash 8? 2 into 8 minus 6. So 16 minus 6 is 10. All right. Now we can subtract them and get the result. So it will be 4 minus 10. That is minus of 6. But this is not the direct answer. The question is giving different options. Now, what are the option? The option is it is equal to f dash 2, or it is equal to 3 times of f dash 2, or it is 2 times of f dash 2. That means we have to also calculate f dash 2. So let us calculate f dash 2 as well. 2 into 2 minus 6. We are getting minus 2. Now we can compare. Minus 6 is there, and here it is minus 2. So how we can reach here? So we can clearly see the result. 3 times of 3 times of f dash 2 is equal to f dash 5 minus f dash 8. So option number B is the correct answer. Okay. Now let's see the next question. Then 14.6. This is a complete different question. We can try this as well. Y is equal to root of x, the power of again root of x, and again power and so on up to infinity. So root x, again power of root x, again power of root x, and so on up to infinity. So if we hide this first root of x, then remaining will be again become the question. अगर हमने रूट एक्स को पहले हाइड कर दिया तो जो पीछे बचा है वो फिर से हमारा क्वेश्चन बन गया दैट इज इक्वल टू y. So the main trick here is we can write this as root x to the power of y, because इसके आगे वाला जो था that again becomes the complete question. So in this manner we can write it. Now whenever we are having one variable in the power of another variable, what we have to do? We have to take logarithm on both the sides. So taking log on both sides. So what is the derivative? What is the log? It becomes log of y is equal to y log of root x. And root x can also be written as x to the power of half. And whenever the power half is there, whenever there is some power with log, that power will also jump forward. So y has jumped forward and 2 will also come forward. So it will become y by 2 log x. Okay, this was the first step, taking log on both the sides. Now we can differentiate. Derivative of log y. So 1 by y dy by dx is equal to 1 by 2 is outside. Now y log x. We can use UV rule, product rule. Y will remain as it is. Derivative of log x is 1 by x plus log of x will remain as it is, and then derivative of y will be dy by dx. Now we can take dy by dx on one side. So it will be 1 by y minus 1 by 2 log of x dy by dx. And this is equal to y upon 2x. Then we can take LCM. What is the LCM? 2y So it is 2 minus y log of x dy by dx is equal to y upon 2x. Now the next step is doing the cross multiplication. So dy by dx is equal to 2y into y upon 2x and then 2 minus y log of x. 2 is getting cancelled and we are getting y square upon x, then multiply by 2 minus y log of x. And now we can see which option is getting matched. So option number B. Yes, B is the correct answer. Okay. So many of you are asking different variety of question. Yes, we can take some of them, but yes, all of them are not possible at present. You can send me your doubts on the application and I will let you know the answer. We will discuss all the answers. Okay. So no need to worry. So any doubts if you are having after the session, you can send them. No worries. We will discuss them. Okay. So let us try 45 also. Y is equal to e to the power of root 2x. E to the power of root 2x. So we have to calculate dy by dx. So derivative of e to the power of x is same first of all. So it is same. Now what is the next step? And this x is inside root. Yes. So next step is we have to multiply it with derivative of root of 2x. So root of 2x is simply a constant and then we are having root of x. So we can solve it e to the power of root 2x. This root 2 will remain as it is and derivative for root x is 1 upon 2 root of x. This is the derivative. Now you can see what is the final result. You can compare and get the final result. So this root 2 can be cancelled with this. So what is left? E to the power of root 2x divided by root of 2x. This is the final answer. Okay. So this was asked by Ardhenu Biswas. Okay. Also Sahajpreet Kaur. So many were asking this question number 45. So this is the answer. So we can select correct option. So A and C, I think both are same option. You can take any of them, both are same. All right. Then let's do one more. Question number 48. X square upon e to the power of x. This is the function. And we have to find out the value of f-1. F-1. Let's do here 48. Fx is equal to x square upon e to the power of x. Since there are two functions, one in numerator, other in denominator, we have to apply the quotient rule. So f dash x equal to e to the power of x remain as it is, then 2x minus x square as it is, derivative of ex is same upon ex square. Now in numerator we can take ex as common, x is also common. What is left? 2 minus x square upon e to the power of x square. Now e to the power of x can be cancelled and also the question has given some value f-1. So now we can calculate f-1. Input 1 in place of x. So 1 into 2 minus 1 square upon e to the power of 1. So what is left? 1 by e. So 1 by e is the final answer. Okay. So this was question number 48. So in examination, not very tough questions come, because because basically we are dealing into commerce, and these topics are mainly coming in engineering syllabus, that is with trigonometry and all the lengthy kind of questions. But here in commerce we are having only the introductory and basic knowledge of differentiation and integration. So that is why we have to focus on the basic question, basic properties and all the formulas. So you can go through all those formula once again, you can practice, you can revise all those concepts which we have discussed today. Because always the first revision should be on the same day. If we are learning today, that is on 23rd of August, the revision 1 should be on the same day, that is on 23rd August. Second revision should be within 7 days, that is up to 30th of August you must revise. And after that you must take your test within next 15 days. And so before giving the test you must again revise. So within 3 weeks you will complete your three revisions. 3 हफ्तों में आपका 3 time revision complete हो जाएगा. If you follow always this strategy for each and every topic, then of course you will score very very good marks next time. So always have 3 revision in 3 weeks, and after that, in after 1 month, 2 months, or before the exam, 2 3 more revisions will be there. So whenever we are revising a topic for like such long number of times, that means we can easily score good marks. All right. So this was from my side from the chapter differentiation, and we will meet again in the next class with integration. So integration is simply opposite to differentiation. So we will learn everything in the new session. So bye everyone, take care and see you in the next class.